course, I love being your daddy. It's so fun. I love being your daddy too. Yeah, it's fun, huh?
Good morning, guys. So today is January 6th. It is officially our 1 year anniversary now. So thanks again to all of you who have been so supportive. We love you. All right, guys, so it's confession time. You know we like to keep it real here, and I'm gonna keep it real. Yesterday we were meaning to vlog us cooking sinigang, which is one of my favorite all-time Filipino dishes. And on my way home, Raph was gonna get it started, get it prepped up, and like I just felt like I was really irritable. Maybe I was hangry. I was just like, all of a sudden my mood switched. Like I had a great morning. I did my morning routine and I was just like feeling really good. And then like I had my switch. And honestly, I know why I had my switch. It's because it's that time of the month. So guys, I'm sorry if this is TMI, but you should also be aware of this, by the way. But like for me personally, like a week before Shark Week is what I like to call it. I have a day where I'm just not feeling it. I like have frustrations. I want to cry for no freaking reason. Oh, it's so annoying that women have to go through this, but that's my reality. That's our reality, and that's okay. But yesterday was my day, and I wasn't expecting it, and it kind of just came out of nowhere. And so when I got home, I was really grumpy with Raph. I was grumpy with the kids. And like, even though we started to film, I just wasn't feeling it. Like it was so, like the energy was so dead. It was so off, even though like Raph and I weren't arguing or anything, but we weren't simpatico with each other. So I was like, nope, we're not going to record this. I need to just go, like, I just need some space. And before all that, like, I went, you know, down the hallway where the, you know, near the kids' bathroom is, and like, it just smelled so bad because like the boys have a habit of not flushing the toilet. So like, it just smells like piss all the time back there if they don't flush. And so I got really mad. I yelled at like the top of my lungs, and I told Austin, I was like, you need to clean this toilet right now. Like, I'm so tired of you guys not flushing the toilet. And like, I was just very demanding, and I was just not having a good moment. And during that time when I was like yelling at Austin, or I was just like, it wasn't even like I was yelling. I had my very stern mom voice on, and it was just not sweet. It wasn't sweet. Like I was asking him to clean the toilet. I could have done it so much nicer. But instead I was just like so frustrated. It was in the heat of the moment. But the whole time Austin was so freaking calm. He was just like, okay, mommy. Okay, yes. And he's never cleaned the toilet before, by the way. And here I am expecting him to just clean it and figure it out. And like, he couldn't like figure out how to use the liquid detergent that like cleans a bowl. So I was like, this is how you do it, this. And I was just like so abrasive. I was so mean. And he was just so calm and just totally had this like calm demeanor about him the whole time. And I was aware of it. Like I was catching it mentally, but I was still like in my feelings. And so like he cleaned the toilet, and then I went into the room while he was cleaning, and I like just lied down. I like lied down on my bed, mindlessly scrolling because I just needed to like distract my head. And then afterwards he was like, okay, I'm done, mommy. And again, he said it, and he like even had a smile on his face, and I was like, okay, thank you. And like, like that was it, right? And then after like I finally calmed down and got myself together and realized what was happening, I had to just pull him aside. I called him into the room, and I thanked him. Like I pulled him in, and I just said, you know, Austin, I really appreciate the fact that you handled that so calmly and respectfully. I really love that about you, that even though you knew that mommy was in a bad mood, you didn't show me an attitude. You didn't start to act, you know, you didn't start to act the way that I was acting when I was asking you to do something. Like, I really appreciate that about you. So thank you so much. And I gave him a hug and kiss, and he's like, you're welcome, mommy. It's okay. Such a good kid, right? And then I like had to explain to him, like, I figured it was like a little moment that I can just sneak in there. And I told him about my one day that affects me when I'm about to start my period. And he knows what a period is. Like, they learn about that, and like I'm teaching him about that because I want him to be aware of these things. He has a baby sister, and eventually he's gonna have, you know, he's gonna have friends who are girls he's gonna have a girlfriend, and you know, like, girls nowadays are starting so much sooner with periods that, like, I want him to be aware of these things so he's not one of those kids who are like an ass and just like, you know, in case one of the girls has a period and it shows in her pants or something. Like, I want him to remember who he is, remember that he's an empathetic person, and be there to help or support them if they need it. Especially like when it comes to his little sister, when she starts, like, I want him to be the one to be like, oh, I got you, I'll get you your pads, I'll get you your tampons, whatever you need. I think it's really important to teach young boys about it so that they don't learn that stigma about, you know, girls having periods and it being gross or, you know, unnatural. Like, I want it to be a normal thing for Austin right now. Like, Adrian, he's too young to learn about that, but like for Austin at his age, I want to start creating that normalcy around what happens to girls' bodies, boys' bodies, and not to be afraid of it, not to be weirded out by it. Everything is normal. We're all human. So those are the kinds of things I'm teaching my boys. But anyways, back to my whole mess of like how I handled my own situation. But that's how I turned it around for us. You know, I showed my appreciation, showed him what happens, like what happens to my bodies, what happens to my emotions during this time. And he's like, the way he handles it, he's like, oh, okay. Like, he's like processing what it's about, and we go on with our day. We give each other a big hug and a kiss, and we move on. And after that, I wasn't in a bad mood anymore. That whole moment was such a huge learning moment for me. Like, we grew up thinking like, oh, our parents are always right, our parents know best, but really, like, I'm learning so much from my kids. It's insane. The things I start to realize and learn about myself, even as I go through this life as a parent now. And I want to make sure that, like, I catch my own mistakes. I say sorry when I know that I've gone too far. I don't want to have that pride where I'm just like, well, I'm your mom, I can talk to you any way that I want to, or I'm your mom, I can discipline you the way I want to. I don't have to apologize. No. Like, I know who I am. I know what kind of parent I want to be. So if ever I go slip off the edge and I do something or say something that I know in my heart was not okay, I'm gonna apologize. That's just how I am, and that's what I want to teach them, because they are so smart for their age. Kids are so intuitive. They're so pure. They're so full of love that any of this other behaviors, as far as, you know, how they react to negative situations, that's all learned. So it's our job to be able to nurture that love that's inside of them. It's our job to nurture their empathy for people, their sympathy for people. And so, you know, when I catch myself in a mom fail moment, I make sure to run that back and fix it in a way that I feel will be the right thing for them and for me. So that's one part of just being like a YouTuber. It's like, while you see that our channel is full of positivity and love, like, there's these things that go on in the background too, where it's like, gosh, you know, that was such a bad moment. Like, it's not that I don't want to share that with you guys, but for me, it doesn't feel good to post it. You know, it just doesn't feel good to share moments like that. I'd rather share them with you guys after the fact, after the lesson has been learned. So it's not that we're hiding anything. It's not that we hide our negativity from you, but just know that negativity does happen within any family. But I want to share with you guys, like, the things that we're learning and the things and how we change and manage those situations. Anyways, moving on. Today's going to be a fun day. Later tonight, Raph and Adrian and Austin, they all have a shoot together where the kids get to try their dad's favorite childhood snack or meal or snack. And they're going to Raph is bringing champorado. Luckily, Mommy Oli made some, so we're going to bring that later, and that's what the boys are going to eat together. So that's going to be really cute. I think what we'll do, we're going to go to the mall. After Austin gets out of school, we're going to go to the mall so that we can meet up with Maji, Raf's mom, and she's going to take Aila and be with her during the shoot, because Aila is just too much. When we bring her to the studio, she wants to go into the studio, and she's really loud, so we'd rather just contain her somewhere else, and at least she'll get to spend time with her grandma. And then, yeah, after that, who knows, because the shoot is at 6:30, so after that, I don't know, maybe we'll go out to eat or something and hang out. What is this guy doing? Okay, on to work. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, we're here at Cut. We have arrived. Ooh, new setup in here. Nice. Oh, there's Austin. I like the new setup in here. How are you? dropped her off. She's too much of a monster right now.
All right, Ralph, can you give me a clap? Beautiful. Oh, all right, let me hear your names. Let's hear it.
What?
My name is Adrian.
My name's Raph.
My name is Austin.
And can you, Adrian, Austin, can you tell me who's this guy in the middle?
This is Daddy. Raphael.
Alright guys, so my little favorite snack growing up is chocolate.
I know that too.
Of course, I love being your daddy. It's so fun. I love being your daddy too. Yeah, it's fun, huh?
Daddy, I love you more than you.
Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one.
I love you so good.
Oh.